peeps, Celine here, and welcome back to Elyasia. We're doing another chapter. I mean, it's been a while since I actually did a chapter. It's been at least, last time I did, we were playing Final Fantasy 13, and now I'm playing another game. So, it's been at least over, 30 videos. Because I was looking through my backlog of videos, and the last time I actually posted a video about the story, well, the last one was a one shot. I did it in the 19th of September. No, January. The last chapter was the same day, but earlier that day. And of course, the cat wants in. Because why wouldn't he? Okay, do this. Yeah, the lighting's good. Let me let him in. Get out of my chair. You see what I do? Well, I don't think y'all saw it, but I deal with cats, okay? I deal with cats. And the reason why I keep looking over here is because OBS is over here, and I like to look at the cam footage to make sure you guys are seeing good enough details. Okay, now let's read the story. Because I haven't really done anything with the story for a while. Alright. This is chapter 3, 430 years ago, in the Middle Lands. We're still technically in the past, because Arc, 0, it's basically the prologue. Arc 0 is the prologue to, the future segments. Because present time is Arc 1, and then, it just continues on from Arc 1. Because Arc 1 is technically introducing all the characters to the story. Arc 2 is still basically going on with the story. There still might be some in the past segments or chapters that have to do with the past, but it's not, I'm going to try not to do as much. Alright. Sorry. Several years pass since the mage taught the young girls about the rules and history of Elyasia. Which, technically, there's not really any rules to say. I mean, yeah, technically I have to think of, like, magic rules and such to add depth to the story. But right now, there's not really any true rules due to the fact magic came with dragons. So, obviously the mana, which I'm calling mana pools, are from the dragons that are in Elyasia. That's why Lynn, yeah, I'm just gonna call her Lynn, she is the mage to dragons. Therefore, her main goal is to protect the dragons. Huh, there's a gap there. Oh well. I just noticed it. But, at the same time, dragons aren't going anywhere. I do want to add a lot more dragons to the story, even if they're side characters. But on the character page, right here, I do want to add a shitload of dragons due to the fact the mana pool is from dragons. So, there's only a few dragons. There's 1 fire, 2 lightning. Well, technically, yeah, 2. There's gonna be 3. I'm trying to do at least 1 of each type of dragon. Which, if I open this new tab, because I'm... Alright. I know I could easily go to the form and do it that way. But there's fire, green. I'll do it this way. There's red, green, purple, white, blue, and black. There's currently 6 types of dragons. If I go to characters, go to dragons, fire, or red, purple. I want to say he's white. Okay, he's blue. I gotta change his thing because he's ice, but he's also a blue dragon. No, he's not a blue. He's not ice. So we gotta change that one. Black. Black. I think he's white. He's silver, so he's white. Blue. White. He's actually the leader of the white dragons. And purple. Yeah, he's purple. Huh. So I do want to add more for each thing, because eventually I'm going to change it so it's listed by type of dragon. Like, I want to have all red dragons under red dragons, all purple under purple, black, such and such. Because eventually, at some point of the story, the dragon clans are going to come into one clan, but they're going to break off into different sections of Elyasia. Like, the fire dragons are going to be near a volcano, which is technically in this mountain. This one has the volcano. This is also where all the dragons are at this current point. So, red dragons will be in Mount Sin. The water dragons will probably be any where there's a water source. So there's that. There's also a hidden one in the forest. So let's take care of water. Purple could be anywhere. White could be anywhere. No, literally, it could be anywhere because there's no snow biome. So it could be anywhere. Which, if I think about it, there's not a snow biome, but the nature. I'm going through how every shade. He just knocked down my husband's violin. Because he has a violin for some reason. But in winter months, the whole realm gets snow. Summer, the whole realm gets hot. So forth and so on. There's not a biome that stays always hot or always cold. The whole realm changes with the seasons. So, yeah, I will have to actually think. I'm pretty sure the black dragons are going to be in this area with Lynn. Because, yeah, I think the black dragons are going to be here and here. I think a lot of them are going to be in the forest. But moving on. In the history of Elyasia, that's going to be a lot of one-shots. I can tell you that now. She told them about each realm that is linked to Elyasia by portals, and how the time flow is different. Which, if you guys want dedicated videos about the portals and the time flow difference, let me know in the comment section below, because I will do it. Because believe it or not, doing these videos actually does help me plan out what I'm going to do with the story. Also, turn out my other tabs. Okay. Yoon would show up randomly for a few days, in which he taught the girls about dragons and the other races that lived in Elyasia. I'll leave it as Anne. I really gotta change it because there's another Anne. I gotta add to that sentence, but whatever. Kira and Lara took to their new lives very well. Kira fell in love with the different things. As Lara fell in love with the history. It didn't take long for the young girls to grow up into beautiful young girls. Or ladies, whatever. Without anyone noticing, Lynn took the girls to pick things out for the castles. The one in the Southlands is an area where Kira picked, as the other in the northern area where Lara picked. The girls got to design their new homes without really noticing that Lena wasn't giving any hints. Basically, they gave the girls full range of how they want their castles to be designed. When the day came, Lynn summoned Rain to take over Lyra's teaching in the northern castle, and then June only to get a silver-haired young mage. Silver-hair hyper age? Oh, then summon June, the only to get the hyper mage and Yoon's brother. That makes June is the hyperathic mage. So what? I really gotta proofread my own stories, but whatever. I'm pretty sure someone will rewrite this for me at some point. Loon didn't question it, but she got June to take over Kira's teaching. Once the girls were gone, Lynn was able to rest without someone popping questions at her. Yet the mage was a bit lonely, but didn't say anything. However, she finally noticed that the dragon had stopped their war and went into hiding, or just calmed down, which the mage gave a little smile and went to her library, because that's how she copes with everything. She reads. Now, before we go on with the story, I want to get into the castles. This is how Lynn designed her castle. Tune out the little houses, because there's not a town around the castle. It's literally a castle surrounded by gardens and trees. The nearest town is actually south from the castle. But this is the thing. The tower would be the healer. Yeah, this would be where the healer is at. Which would be which would be Panthers. Because the northern mages are panthers for some weird reason. And then the southern castle is more this style, with the very top or the middle tower being Soren's. Yeah, Soren would be in the in the in the middle. But as you can see, I used two different pictures for the castles because they are two different designs. The whole ram itself is more of a mixture of Japan and Chinese cultures, because that's what I'm heavily applying. But the castles themselves are more fantasy applied. But I want to say south is more Chinese and north is more Chinese, south is more Japanese aspired. Yeah, that's what I'm guessing. I'm applying because this is medieval. This is the middle. That's Chinese. There's no photo because I haven't done that town yet. And I had to dwarf the images. Oh, I haven't done that mage either. Yeah, if anyone would like to help me with photos, please do, because a lot of photos are not there. Obviously. Did I even put them on the form? I don't care. Lord Books. Give me this one. This is the one I'm more interested in. Northern Castle. Spirit. Woods. Whatever. Okay, there's no mountain photo. Okay. Southern. Castle. Tower. Cloud. Huh. Yeah. I think when I do a video dedicated on the lands, I'll have to go to the form in order to literally do it instead of coming here and clicking everything. This is actually more recent because I actually update this, which I do need to come here and update these pages too. But moving on, a few days later, in the southern lands, which if you haven't noticed, I will be jumping between the north and south because there's two different regions, obviously. Kira giggled softly behind a book. She was pulled into a mid-field library for a class when Yoon's brother showed up, annoyed. The young girl, now princess, ruled and ruler of the southern lands. That was a weird question. She wasn't fully used to the castle nor the people working for her, but she didn't mind. He growled as he glared at the young female. He couldn't understand why he had to teach her anything, nor how he got pulled into it. Wasn't it June's job? Sadly, the giggling was annoying him. What's so funny? I heard that the mean dragon was claimed. He growled a bit more. Who in this place is saying that? Kira looked over the book at the pissed off dark haired Mel. My mage. Because technically, the southern princess doesn't have a healer. Come here, you. You'll be in the video. He blushed slightly, then stumped out of the library giggling. That's one way to get out of teaching. Kira blinked a few times as we watched him leave. Did he just... She stopped and jumped up. Yay, no class today, she yelled as she ran out of the library. The staff of the southern castle laughed when they heard the princess. The only two that weren't laughing was June and the dragon, due to the fact the dragon had the mage pinned on the side of the castle near the west exit. And yes, that does lead to a sexual one-shot, if I ever write it. Well, if I or anyone who decides to join the staff ends up writing it. And yes, I'm trying to fill this video in due to the fact this chapter's not very long. The northern lands. Stop it, Hunter. Or Gengar. You and Gengar are not friends, so stop it. Rain sighed as he stood over the sleeping princess. She didn't understand how this girl could sleep so deeply when the castle was near the spirit realm. Yes, the princess actually put her castle near the portal to the spiritual portal. I don't know why she did, though. Which there's only one portal to the spiritual realm. There's not two. There's 3 to the demon realm, 1 to the human realm, and 1 to the shadow realm. Not Yu-Gi-Oh! Aspired. But anyways. Yeah, it seems she could. But it seemed the princess could. She sighed lightly and walked out of the room, closing the door. Max, what did you do to her last night? The haired man scratched his cheek gently. Well, we were up late reading almost every book Lynn put in the library here. Yeah, you know, like the cute little scratch the face like thing that the anime guys do. Sometimes the girls do it too. That's basically what he did. The mage sighed. Why did my princess have to be a book reader? The dragon laughed lightly. But she's fun to read with. Just how many books didn't you read? How many books left that you two didn't read? He thought for a bit. I think 5%. Rain threw her hands up and walked away. June is so having more fun, she yelled, making the dragon and a few members of the staff laugh. Now keep in mind, Rain has emotional problems. She doesn't show her emotions very well. She comes off cold-hearted, but she's actually a very sweet girl. She just doesn't show emotions. She's not the only. She actually has no horror background or anything. She just doesn't show emotions. Because her main element is water. I mean, she can use other elements, but her main element is water. Therefore, if she cries for any reason, either out of frustration or tears of crying. Okay, let me reset. Let me re put that. If she lets out tears for any reason, either frustration or sadness, the northern planets will rain. Will get rain. Literally. Her element is water, so her emotions are tied to water. If she cries for any reason, the northern plains lands will get a rainfall, as the rain clouds will slowly go south. June is hyperactive because she's half fox, so she has the hyperactive of a fox demon. So, yeah, she would be having more fun due to the fact she's more keen to play tricks and have fun with just about everything. Unfortunately, she's being pinned to a wall. So, yeah, sure, she's having more fun. She's pinned to a wall. But yeah, the way I have it, the dragon partners of the mages are helping teach the young girl, the young princesses, things that Lynn didn't teach. Like the more in-depth history of Elyasia, more in-depth of the other realms, and stuff like that. I'm trying to fill this video out. That's why I'm throwing more shit in that you guys probably don't care about. Uh. Well, also, there are two types of mages in Elyasia. It is confirmed. Or I have confirmed. I have stated there are two types of mages. You got the high mages and then the normal mages. The high mages actually they watch over certain portals. In the story so far, you have met her. She's the mage that watches over the middle lands. She is with the southern black dragon, because at the point there's two clans of black dragons. They haven't combined yet, and they have a son. She's the wise one and the quiet one. So she's quiet and wise, and she's actually the most powerful mage in Elyasia right now, due to the fact she has no element. She's non-element. She has no element. Means she can literally control all the elements if she truly wanted to. So yeah, she's the one that no one wants to piss off. She's the quiet one everyone is literally scared to piss off. She also has a hard time hiding her or controlling her emotions at times. But that's why she hides them. Because she does have a pass. a tragic past. Because she was like the other mages, like these 4 mages, they were all born during the Dragon War. In the later years of the Mad King part. Okay. They were born in the early stages of the war. I'll put it like that. She was born in Draco, the dragon town. Even though I don't say it, I'm saying it here. She was born in Draco. She was born in she was born there. I couldn't think of how to pronounce it. So yeah. Rain was born here. June was born in this town. And Sin was born in Cloud. No, she questionable, but she grew up. Questionable because no one. She actually grew up. She was actually born in the main city. She watches over the portal to the demon realm in the northern lands, even though I don't know where that is. I don't think I think that portal is actually in the Bone Forest. Yeah, it's in Bone Forest. Also, I think I made her a lesbian. Because she hates men. It's gonna be in a one shot. But, she actually fell in love with Chrono. Literally, she fell in love with Chrono. She was with Chrono. And then Chrono's brother tried to kill her and sealed his brother away in the tomb that he was found in. The thing is, well, Chrono's brother also almost killed her, at least hurt her so badly, and it pissed her off. Because the more she is hurt, the more pissed off she gets. And her element is fire. So, it was the only time anyone saw this mage so pissed off that she used a spell that only that fire dragons of Elyasia used. So, yeah. Because what Chrono's brother did is he sent a demon, a very powerful S-class demon to kill her. Well, she kind of killed him with fire. And she was forced to stay in the northern lands to heal. She wanted to find Chrono and kill him, only to learn that it was his brother. Only his brother sealed him away. She didn't know or care. She actually grew to a point where she doesn't actually hate Chrono to a certain extent. She doesn't like him. She just, over the years of him being sealed away, her anger has veered down. Because the more she learns that it was more his brother's plot to kill her, the more her anger toward went to his brother than to him. However, she still doesn't like him. Years later, she learns that the Southern Princess found Chrono and unsealed him. Let's just say Yusuke and Raisin backed away from her and a few demons of the north as they burnt to death. Yeah, at that current time when Mira was still young, she still was pissed at Chrono. Not as badly as she was of his brother, but she was still pissed nonetheless. She will not ever go down to the southern lands. Ever. Because that's how pissed she is. Her element is, earth. I mean, yeah, she does control Foxfire, because that's a fire thing. But her element is actually nature. And she could do some water spells, but she's mostly nature. She's pure fire. She's pure water. She's everything. She's earth and some water. These two are dragons who are with mage, with that has the possibility to be mages, because their dragon powers were warped while they were still in the wound to be more mage abilities than dragon abilities. However, since the characters that I'm using for the two dragons are actually vampires, whenever I use a picture of them using their vampire abilities, like the long fingernails and their eyes golden, I think I have... See, when his eyes do that, that's him activating his dragon ability. I don't think I have a image of his claws. See, that's the dragon ability. Which, when his eyes go like that, there's a high chance, a very high chance. Well, it's like a 25% chance that he will be morphing to his dragon form. Yeah, I don't have any of his claws. I'm pretty sure that's his brother. As I have none of his claws. But the reason why they have this outfit, which is because the characters, the face claims are high vampires, like original vampires and such. That's why they have those cloaks and such. In Elyasia, the reason why they have it is because they are they're part of the royal Black Dragon clan, Northern clan, because they're both from the Northern Black Dragon clan. Their father was the son of the clan leader. So technically they're in a sense royalty in the dragon realm. Well, in the dragon sense. But yeah, he's currently MIA and he's currently watching the Southern in the spirit thing. Because as far as portals go, there's one here. There's one here. Rain guards this one. Sin, who's like in this region, guards this one. June guards this one. The one here is the one Conway is watching. And this has the portal here and here. This portal is currently unknown. This is the Demon Realm. It's a mixture of Inuyasha and Yu Hakusho. In Arc 0, which we're currently reading, here are the leaders to those realms. And then the Shadow Realm is currently MIA. In the Human Realm, no one actually cares about. Realm of Humans, aka Earth. The portal to this realm will let the person choose the time point of Earth history. So any anime that is from this realm can show up in the main story or one-shots. So let's just say Kagome's time period can be there. We can also do Yu Hakusho's time period, Kenshin's time period, which is basically feudal. No, it's not feudal. It's the time period that's before guns and uses swords, or they're still samurais. They're just introducing guns to Japan. So that time Sailor Moon could be thrown in. Technically, there's no... The only anime that will not work will be Gundam. Giant robots will not work. But I do want to use some characters from Gundam. I want to use Kira so badly. As a face claim, obviously. Because I happen to like Kira. I also like Setsuna. I like Lock On. The second Lock On. No, actually, I like the first Lock On. I don't like his second Lock On. His twin brother. I like Alleluia / Hallelujah. If you guys don't know Gundam 00, I happen to like 3 out of 4 characters from Gundam 00. Although I would use I already forgot his name. His color's purple. I would use him as a tech person. Because I do want to throw tech into Elyasia. So, yeah. Oh, dear Lord. The next chapter is a bit longer. So that's a plus. I don't know when I will post it. Or when I'll do a video about it. But if you guys are enjoying this little series, this side series I'm doing, let me know. Because, believe it or not, this is one way y'all can come and help me with plot points, my spelling, my grammar, and all that. You guys can comment below what are the correct way of doing sentences and whatnot. But anyways, I'm going to start recording that PlayStation 1 game now. I'll try to do a chapter once a week. So by the time we get to Arc 1, Chapter 11, maybe I'll have an idea for 12. Or maybe I'll be on 13 or 14. I highly doubt that. Anyways, peeps, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys in the next part. Bye-bye.